What's going on? Your boy O Scruggs, OS Sports Podcast. Let's talk about a few things. When we watch sports, one of the main things we always concerned about with your team, even if it's not your team, if you just want to see that sport play to the highest quality, one thing we care about and we always pay attention to is injuries. Even if you pay attention to betting lines, places like Vegas, online betting, a lot of times the main thing that may influence, point spread, who's favored to win, different random bets is health. Is LeBron going to play this game? Is Tom Brady still dealing with a hamstring? Is the starting center for the Steelers not going to play this game, and he's the key to the offensive line? Even if you're watching other sports, all right, watching the track team, the American 4x1 team, the anchor leg of the 4x1 team is out, and they got the alternate in there. So how's this going to affect them racing against, Jamaica, who's the favorite to win anyway? And we think about these, and we pay attention to injuries. Just happened, with Golden State Warriors in the finals. Was Kevin Durant going to play? It was such a huge difference whether this player was going to be injured and in, or injured and out, or if that player is going to play. And at what percentages is he at 100%? Is he at 75%? Things like that. And a lot of times, you see attrition sets in. Basically, a lot of times determine who is the champion at the end of the season. It's not always the best team that wins. Sometimes it's just the team that stayed the healthiest. Because at the beginning of the season, whichever sport, whatever event you want to pick, you might say, all right, this team, is the favorite at this point. Come a month later, it might be a totally different favorite because there's been injuries. But that's not even the point the main point of this. The main point of this is we pay a lot of attention to our athletes and their health because we want to determine who's going to win, or if we're bettors, we want to know which team to bet on, which athlete to bet on. And sometimes I don't think we give enough attention to our own health. And that's where I'm getting at because, something clicked in me recently. Maybe it's because I'm about to step into my 40s and I'm becoming more and more conscious of my health. Please go to the doctor and get checked out. Do your yearly physical. I know some people only do their yearly physical because their job tell them they have to. Even if you don't have a job that requires that, do your yearly physical. Find out what's going on with your body. If you got injury or something, if you're not feeling well, don't just shake it off. And I'm really talking to men, because I think men are more likely to do this. We'll feel some pain, we'll be hurt, not feeling well, and we'll just say, I'll just wait out. So get checked out, go to the hospital, go to the doctor, because you can't just ignore everything and say, all right, hopefully I ignore it and it'll just get better in time. Go to the doctor. If you don't have health insurance, they have a lot of walk-in, free clinics that you can go to. A lot of people don't want to do free clinics, which I'm not quite sure why, besides the long wait sometimes. But, it's times where I didn't have insurance and I went to a free clinic and I got some of the best treatment ever, to be honest. I think I talked about that before. I had went through a period when I first moved to New York where I didn't have insurance, and I was going to the free clinic, and I was actually getting amazing treatment because the students, like I said, have a whole checklist of things they have to go down. So they actually give you a more thorough evaluation sometimes because they're students and they have to really study and go down everything on the checklist, opposed to maybe when you get a doctor that's been doing it for a while and they might rush through, whatever they're doing because they've seen it so many times, done it so many times. Not to say that isn't still, efficient, but just be on top of your health. If you don't have health insurance, I'm not really sure what's going on with Obamacare. I know they're looking at Trump is changing that or whatever, but it's better to have less money in your pocket and have health insurance than to say, I'm not going to pay this health insurance and hopefully I just don't get sick. And if you do take that route, free clinics. I forget what the urgent care, a lot of times you go to urgent care and pay a fee, a one-time fee or whatever. But a lot of times, if you need a medication, if they prescribe you something, that's where the trouble really comes in if you don't have insurance, because medicine costs an arm and a leg sometimes. And if you don't get that medicine, you might literally lose an arm or a leg. So that's just one thing I was thinking about, how it relates to sports, because sports, we pay attention to injuries just because we want to know, be able to determine the outcome of a game before the game starts or why the game is going on. And sometimes we pay more attention to that and focus on that more than we do our own health. And I know recently I lined up so many doctor's appointments, and I think sometimes, because I've had health insurance most of my life, most of my jobs always had health insurance. And I think even when I didn't have health insurance for periods of time, I now look back on it and realize that I took it for granted how important it is to have health insurance. So now, like I said, as I'm getting older, I gotta have so many appointments lined up with all types of doctors because I'm getting everything checked out. I even want to do one of those, I'm not sure what it's called, some type of scan. I'm not even sure how, I don't want to say mainstream, but how readily available it is. Where I think you could like go there, and it might be expensive. I'm not sure if all insurance companies are even covering it. And I think basically they'll scan your whole body and they can kind of give you an overview. I always compare it to like when you take your car to the mechanic and they put it on the diagnostic machine. And that's something I want to try to find out, where they literally just scan your whole body from head to toe and give you an update. All right, these are some things you need to keep an eye on. These are some things you need to do different. And one thing I'm bad at, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, I'm often in this grind, in a rat race, trying to hustle, trying to make it in the world. And sometimes we don't sleep enough. I'm real bad at that, not getting enough sleep. I work overnight. Doing comedy is a late night thing as well, besides, my job, the actually on paper job. Get plenty of sleep, or get as much sleep as you can. That's an important thing that I think a lot of people overlooking. We so caught up in the grind. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to be the best I can. I'm trying to get ahead. I'm trying to, be ahead of the race, because there's so many people out here grinding, and everybody can't make it in everything they want to make it. Everybody can't be at the top, but a lot of us are striving to be the top or one of the best. But if your health ain't right, it don't matter. If your health ain't right, even if you get to the top, can you stay there, or you gonna be around to enjoy it? So just really be more conscious of your health. Even you don't have to be somebody that's getting older. I don't care if you're a teenager, you're in your 20s, or you in your 60s or 70s. Stay on top of your health. Know what's going on with you, especially if you got insurance. And I'm really taking advantage of that now, because I got stuff like injuries and stuff that hurt on me going back 10 years that I've kind of just been ignoring. Like, it's all right, I can thug it out, I'll be all right. And now I'm kind of like, all right, take advantage of the insurance, go to the doctor, find out. And I know I'm not the only one. Sometimes I think men, even more than women, a lot of times men, we pretend like we're so bold and tough, but really sometimes we just scared to go to the doctor, because we kind of think, all right, well, if I ignore it, maybe it just won't be there. As opposed to women, I think women are more inclined to go to the doctor more often and find out exactly what's going on with themselves, which is probably why women, the average woman lives longer than the average man. And I think that's because women are more on top of their health than men. So just be more aware of your health. Go to a doctor. Even sometimes with Google, sometimes I might be dealing with something. I'm like, all right, well, let me Google this and maybe get an idea of what may be going on. And it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to be scared enough that like, this is scaring me enough that I better go to the doctor, than to be scared where you say, I'm too scared to even go to the doctor. Always play it safe. Go see the doctor. You might not be making $1 million like LeBron or whoever. You might not be winning tournaments like Roger Federer and making millions of dollars. But if you love yourself, if you want to be around to live a healthy life, you got kids, you want to be around family, you want to be around, to travel, things like that. Treat yourself like you're an athlete and like your life is worth millions of dollars. That's what you need to do. Like, athletes take care of themselves because they're trying to get that next contract. Your life is a contract. So do the most you can to be the best you, to fulfill, so your life expectancy is as great as it can be. and as painless as it can be, because most things, if you get on top of them quick, more like is a higher success rate of being able to heal them, or at least control them, versus the later you wait. And then it's a little bit different. The success rate is lower. So I say that to say this: you're not a pro athlete, but treat your life like you're a pro athlete, and your health is that $1 million contract. And if you ain't on point, you're not gonna get that $1 million contract. Go see your doctor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Be back in a few more days. Be at the beach, hopefully on Thursday, and I'm checking with y'all from the beach, and talk about a few more things in the sports world and in regular life. Once again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Your boy Old Scruggs. Peace.